Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Lineage2DEX is about to open a new season, so I believe it's a perfect time to create a guide to explain the most common features. The server is advertised as Interlude, but in fact they are using a much modern client with many features and better optimization, S grades being the highest items you can have. Every character starts with a no-grade weapon and set, a buff book, 24 buff slots, 160 inventory slots, and increased weight limit. The buff book has 2 profiles for fighters or mages, and you will have to add extra buffs like Chant of Victory, Resist, and Summoner buffs. Every class can create 1 profile for free, and you will have to upgrade to a modern buff book for extra profiles. Also, if your main class is a mage and you add a fighter subclass, each will have its own free profile. Although you cannot change the order, you can remove the buffs just by clicking on them. If you want to make changes after you've saved the profile, click on this arrow, then add or remove buffs and save the profile one more time. If you want to change the name, you will have to delete and recreate the profile. Also, you have 2 skills of Scroll of Escape, one to Town of Jiran, which takes 20 seconds to cast, and another one for Town of Adena, which takes only 10 seconds. By clicking on this wheel, you can set up auto potion usage, and once you have picked the percentage, click on OK and then right click on the potions to activate them. Mana potions recharge 1000 mana instantly, have a cooldown of 10 seconds, and there are 2 types, normal or loyalty. The thing about loyalty items is that they cannot be traded, so remember this because you will encounter this term a lot on Lineage2DEX. You can buy normal mana potions from the premium shop Astarte, which has everything that you need. From consumables to full items and even quest items for epics. You can also augment weapons, you can add or remove dice, you can access the warehouse, you can change subclass or sell items to the NPC. Under services, you can purchase premium account, you can change your profession, your main class, your gender, or you complete a subclass and noblesse. First and second class transfers are free, but for third class you will need 15 million Adena and 700 marks of Alicia, which drop in Shrine of Loyalty. If you're not third class yet, you can use this link here to teleport to Shrine of Loyalty, and if the spot is too crowded, you can just buy these marks from other players since they are tradable. You can also change third class using 50 Treasure of Death, which, if guessed it, is the server's donation coin, and for example for 5 euros you will get 150 TODs. Until the grand opening on the 28th of September, they offer a 15% bonus on every donation, and if you also want to support the channel, you can use my referral link from the description of this video and I will get 5% of your order. On top of that, you also get some nice bonuses. For subclass, you don't have to do any quests. Just reach level 75, go to each raid boss and you will have 5 minutes to speak with the chest that appears once the raid boss dies. Find out the raid boss respawn time, open the community board by pressing Alt+B, go to the raid tab, and under raid bosses you will find the normal raid bosses level 70+, and you can simply run a search using this search bar. Cabrio is located in the cemetery, so teleport from Adena to Seal of Shilon. Halate is on the 3rd floor of Tower of Insolence, Kernon on the 8th floor, and Golconda on the 11th floor. Keep in mind that you have direct teleport to various floors of Tower of Insolence, so simply teleport from Town of Adena to the Tower of Insolence, buy a dimensional stone from the Kaplan NPC, then speak with the Vortex to teleport to each floor. To complete the subclass, you have multiple choices. The cheapest way is to collect all 4 items from the raid bosses and 100 million Adena, or you can skip the raid bosses from the Tower of Insolence and collect only the item from Cabrio and 200 million Adena, or you can simply pay 300 TODs by donating 10 euros, or of course you can farm Adena and buy these TODs from other players. Also, every character can add up to 5 subclasses for free, and afterwards each subclass costs 500 TODs. You can have a maximum of 10 subclasses. On Lineage2DEX is possible to add Overlord or Crafter on subclass and even have a Dark Elf main character with a subclass from the Elf race. As I mentioned before, you can use TODs to change your main class or gender. Now let's talk about Noblesse. First, you will need to be level 75 plus on any subclass and then pay 400 TODs or 150 million Adena plus the Noblesse pass. To get the pass, you will have to do the last hit on Barakiel, or you can speak with the chest 7 times to get the Noblesse pass. Note that the chest disappears after 1 minute, so if you hit Barakiel and you are flagged, other players may kill you for PvP. Once you've become Noblesse, you are eligible to claim a daily reward by simply spending 1 hour in game, and if you have a premium account, the chances are double, so for example 10% to get an epic reward. Now let's have a look at the community board by pressing Alt+B. I've never seen anything like this on any other server that I've played on, and Lineage2DEX team put a real effort into creating these articles for new players like you. Each season is split into episodes, and on this tab you will find more details about each episode. There are two types of daily activities, solo and for groups. Each player can enter these instances free once per day, and the time resets every morning at 6:30 AM server time. To enter rune instances a second time, you can buy a ticket from the Astarte NPC VIP shop, but you cannot enter these instances more than twice per day with the same character. The only solo instance is called RIM Pailaka. It lasts 20 minutes and you can enter from level 70 plus by speaking with the Vortex. Before you enter, remember to take the quest from the Pathfinder NPC for extra rewards. Also, there are multiple difficulties which will unlock as the server progresses, and for more details check the episode's roadmap from the community board. In Rune there are also two party instances, Hall of Abyss and Labyrinth of Abyss. So far, you could complete these instances with a party of mages, tank and healer. If you are part of a clan that owns a fortress, then you can also do the fortress daily instance, but keep in mind that for this you cannot buy an extra pass. This is just once per day. If the clan owns a castle, then you have two instances available, RIM Pailaka and Prison, which is similar with a fortress instance but with much better drops. A clan cannot own both a fortress and a castle at the same time, and the castle owner doesn't need a contract with the fortress to enter the instances. Also, each castle or fortress has special passive skills which you can check in the community board under residence skills. At some point during the season, more daily instances will become available in the Hellbound Citadel outpost. You can enter only one Crystal Cavern instance per day, so on the third day after collecting crystals from each instance, you will be able to face Baylor in the Crystal Prison. Another daily activity happens at Jiran Harbor, where auctions are held every day, letting you bid for different goods. In Jiran, Adena and Rune, there are also weekly auctions with much better rewards. At any black market tier of Mammon, characters level 60 plus can buy 500,000 Ancient Adena for 2 million Adena every day between 8 PM and 12 AM. This is a great way to collect Ancient Adena before the catacombs open and people start farming sealstones. Also, if you level enough characters, you can, let's say, farm Ancient Adena without ever going in the catacombs. As the server progresses, another daily event will be added called Dark Invasion, where players can farm Ancient Adena for 15 minutes. In my opinion, the best class to farm this event is the Titan, but be aware because some of the monsters have reflect damage. At the end of the invasion, once the raid boss dies, everyone around it receives a 200% XP buff for 1 hour. Also, depending on how many dark fragments you've gathered, you can obtain rewards like Giant's Codex and Livestones. Overall, this daily activity was quite rewarding, but note that these rewards may be different from season to season. Once you've reached level 80 and completed the third class, you can claim a talent point every time you reach 100% XP. These points are global across all of your subclasses, so you can farm and claim points on your mage and then use them on your cardinal subclass. You can reset your talent points by using Giant's Codex Oblivion, and for example, if you have 30 points added, it will cost you 30 Oblivion to reset. In total, every character can claim up to 90 talent points, and all of these skills are passives. You can start adding points to any branch, but before you unlock the tier 2, for example, you will need to add 10 points to tier 1. Giant's Codex Oblivion and other goods are available at the Pathfinder NPC in Rune in exchange for Essence of Kamaloka, which drops from the Rune daily instances. You can also exchange Essence of Kamaloka for Heart of Abyss and then buy 7 days Hot Spring bracelets. After 30 days from the grand opening of each seasonal server, Cyclic Macros become available, which allows characters to farm 1 hour per day on auto macro if the account is premium. First, you'll have to create the macro, so open the menu and select macros, or simply press Alt+R. Then on the first line, drag and drop the next target, and in this example I will choose the range. Then I will add Vampiric Claw to keep my HP up, then add 2-3 normal DPS skills depending on how many hits it takes to kill the target. Save the macro, drag it on any bar, and then right click to activate. If you don't want your character to move, then edit the macro and add another S here. Save the macro, and now your character will stay in one place. Keep in mind that every time you right click to activate the macro, it will take 1 minute of usage. Also, auto macro will not work if your character is flagged, so you cannot use this feature in PvP. And there are some shortcuts that work on Lineage2DEX, so /T for target and /A for attack. As I've mentioned at the beginning of this video, the highest item grade is S, and on Lineage2DEX you can also have Masterwork Items. These are rare items with extra stats, and there are two ways to get them. First, there is a certain chance to get a Masterwork item during craft, so B has a 4% chance, A grade 2% and S grade 1%. And that is kind of a major change from previous seasons when the global rate for Masterwork was 8%. Second, you can upgrade an item to Masterwork using a Neolithic Crystal and Mammon's Varnish Enhancer, which can be bought from the Merchant of Mammon using Ancient Adena. Also keep in mind that to upgrade the main armors to Masterwork you will need 100,000 crystals of the corresponding grade. To get a Neolithic Crystal you can either farm Ray Bosses and gather Neolithic Splinters, and once you have 100 Splinters you can exchange them for a full crystal. Another way to get full Neolithic Crystals is from various events. Lineage2DEX also offers the possibility to further upgrade your main armors and weapons to PvP using Hellbound coins, and in case you want to sell your items, then you will have to remove the PvP status for free from the same NPC. At some point as the season progresses, different Hellbound zones will be unlocked, and the best is Cursed Village, where you can farm badges which can then be used to create and upgrade charms. You can get these badges from normal farm or by completing the Cursed Village daily quest. Then, charms can be created at the legendary Blacksmith Shaddai from Hellbound Citadel Outpost. To create a stage 1 charm, you will need 1 badge and some Hellbound coins. For stages 4 and 5, you will also need a charm stone, which can be obtained from the Amaskari raid boss inside the Cursed Village or by killing Baylor inside the Crystal Prison. Charms can be equipped in one of the special slots that open when wearing a bracelet. Each type of charm grants certain bonuses. Augmentation is also possible using A-grade gemstones and charm livestones. You can buy bracelets with 2 and 3 slots from the NPC using Hellbound coins, while the 4th slot's bracelet can be obtained through craft, and if you are lucky to craft a Masterwork bracelet, it will give 5 slots and some extra bonuses. Also, the epic Ray Boss Bellet drops the Bellet bracelet, which has 6 slots, and this is the most rare and expensive item on Lineage2DEX. The item enchant rate is 70% for fighter weapons and 40% for mage weapons. You can increase these rates using auxiliary stones obtainable through the daily reward system from events or from the episode where Lair of Antaras becomes an endgame area for 2 weeks. Auxiliary stone cannot be used on items higher than +9, so if your item is already +10, you won't have the 3rd slot on the item enchant window. And for example, the weapon auxiliary stone S grade increased the enchant rate by 10%, but that is actually 10% from the base enchant rate of 70%, which means that your final enchant rate using this stone will be 77%. I guess this concludes my Lineage2DEX guide. I've aimed to cover everything you need to know to get started. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.